I'm Rajul Pandya-Lorch, head of the 2020 Vision Initiative and Chief of Staff here at IFPRI. It's my privilege to welcome you to this policy seminar on the new politics of food and farming. And it's particularly my privilege to have Rob Paulberg, Professor Rob Paulberg of Wellesley College, present this seminar. Rob, it takes a lot of courage to come to Washington, a very political city, to talk about the politics of food and agriculture and how that is changing. But I think it is very necessary and very timely to do that because the politics are changing not just in America but around the world. We are having this seminar live streamed around the world and we will have it recorded. So as we manage to get our technology in order, it will be very exciting to share the perspectives of your vantage point, from your vantage point, on what's happening on politics and how they are changing. Rob, you have been looking at these issues over the last 35 years from your vantage position at Wellesley College, looking at how politics of food and agriculture are changing in the US and around the world and how they're impacting on poor people and food insecure people in developing countries. Rob is very well known to most of us, if not all of us in the room here, but just in case you don't quite remember who Rob is, which is not possible, I think, Rob is the Betty Freyhoff Professor at Wellesley College, the class of 1944 Professor of Political Science at Wellesley. He is also the Associate at the Weatherhead Center for International Affairs at Harvard University. Rob has a new book out that I think he will be briefly mentioning but talking around the issues that are raised in that new book. I think you've seen copies of the table of contents outside, and if you have not had a chance to have a look at that book, I warmly encourage you to take a look there. It is very clear, very lucid, very compelling. You will retain many friends and you may not make some new friends or lose some friends with that book, but I think it is a very, very compelling book that lays out some of the key issues related to the politics of food and agriculture. But Rob has written many other books, including Starved for Science, How Biotechnology Has Been Kept Out of Africa, his book on food trade and foreign policy, a book on policy reform in American agriculture, on the politics of precaution related to genetically modified organisms and biotechnology. So Rob comes to us with a very deep perspectives and history of work on this issue. Before I turn over to you, Rob, let me also introduce our commentator who will speak after you for a few minutes and open the discussion. Regina Berner is a senior research fellow here at IFPRI in our Development Strategy and Governance Division, and she leads the governance work at IFPRI. Her interests include the political economy of agricultural policy making and the analysis of local governance, rural service provision, and public sector reforms.